Hey, what's up? Lofthouse here from Pt.1. Today we've got my buddy here, Dave Nelson. We're at my new gym, Pt.1's gym. So Dave, I thought I'd enter your mind for the next 5 to 10 minutes or so. The first question I've got for you is, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Yeah, I've been in the fitness industry for probably 2 or 3 years now. Something I'm really passionate about, and it's opened up a lot of doors for me. I've got to travel a lot with the fitness industry. I've spent the last 6 to 8 months on a cruise ship in the Caribbean as the fitness instructor on board, and I'm actually heading off to America tomorrow. And just recently I entered a competition in the Gold Coast, so it's been really good to me, an industry I absolutely love. So yeah, that's a little bit about me in the industry.
Beautiful. And the first question, well, I guess this is now the second question I've got for you, is from when you're looking the outside of what people are doing these days, what do you find is the biggest mistake when it comes to structuring their diet in the day?
Yeah, I think we just get into the habit of eating for the sake of it and eating at the wrong times. For example, not eating a lot of breakfast when we do need the energy for the whole day, and eating a lot of food at night because it fits into our lifestyle and it becomes a habit when we really don't need masses of food. I think that's the biggest mistake people are making with their food, definitely.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
What about macronutrients? Obviously, so protein, carbs, and fat. What do you think people are eating too much and not enough of?
Okay, well I think first of all carbs is probably the hot topic, and I think there's two problems. I think no carb diets are terrible, unsustainable, unhealthy, and then I think people find it hard to get the balance. So often if you're eating too many carbohydrates at once, it causes a real rise in blood sugars and then a drop, making you hungry, causing you to overeat. So I think carbohydrates are very hard to manage, and you really need to get it in, what they call the zone, and really moderate carbohydrate intake, and a lot more carbohydrates from fresh vegetables and fruits, like the paleo diet, all based on natural foods. I think that's the best option to get whatever source of macronutrients you are getting. But yeah, a lot more proteins and just a little bit of good fats. I think people do get carried away with good fats as well and think because they're good fats we can have an unlimited amount of them, and this is a big mistake too, because most of us are getting more than enough fat in our diets anyway.
Yeah, because obviously with good fats as well, most good fats are fairly high in calories.
Yeah.
So although it is good, I mean, it's, again, as like you said, it's good about finding that balance. With carbs, same thing with your macronutrients, but then again, you got to think about your calories as well. Just another quick question is, what would you find? This is probably a tough one.
Sure.
What would you find is more important, calorie counting or watching what sort of macronutrients you have? If you had to decide between the two, what would you think you'd go with, or you'd recommend?
For me personally, I think calorie total for me works, because I get a generally good balance anyway, and I'm finding if you're eating healthy natural foods, you're going to get the fairly good balance, and what matters is the calories per meal. And I think if you can get that right, even if you're a little high in protein in that meal or a little high in carbs, if the calories are restricted, they're small meals, you can get away with a little bit of not getting it spot on.
Yeah, because I mean, we can talk about this later on, but for some recommendations for some people with carb cycling, they'll say like a high day will be like 1.5 grams per pound of body weight. I mean, that is a shitload. I mean, even if when I tried to follow that recommendation, I couldn't even get anywhere near it. Yet, my results didn't hinder, or they weren't any worse or better, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
that's a lot of carbs to be eating, especially if you're not training really at a high intensity.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, supplements now, what ones do you find people are taking which you think are helping them, and what ones do you think are absolute bogus?
Okay, well I think the first question I always get is, what's a good fat burner? And unfortunately I've never seen a fat burner that has lost someone a significant amount of weight. It can help that last couple of pounds if you're already quite lean, but getting your food right and getting your macronutrients, which is the supplements I prefer to take, ones that we concentrate on getting your right amount of protein. So I only use protein as a supplement for when I can't get it through my food. I use a vitamin when I'm not getting my correct food. I use a greens when I don't have access to the the greens and the good food that I require. So I think for me, supplements is what the name suggests. A supplement for food, no quick fix. And you see a lot of guys as well after all kind of mass gaining, hormone boosters and that. And again, I haven't really seen anyone put on a lot of size from a hormone testosterone boost or anything like that either. So
yeah. Would you think, I don't know the word for it, but would you say that because people, they take supplements, they think, well, because I've taken this today, that means I can have the Mars bar because it's going to counterbalance, it's going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of people do have that mentality. For myself, I've got the opposite mentality. If I've spent $200 on supplements, I'm going to be extra strict everywhere else. So that's my part, but yeah, a lot of people do. They think, oh, I'm on a fat burner, I can have a little bit of, I can be a little bit lazy on the diet. That's why they don't work.
Exactly, yeah. Okay, cool.